This is WAW! What a week. What a week.
Hi guys, welcome to WAW, What a Week. Why are we doing this podcast? Firstly, welcome to episode 1. We were supposed to do this probably from about March, April. But because I'm always preaching how don't wait until the first of the month, don't wait until Monday, don't wait until the new season, don't wait until I'm waiting for the new financial year. Start now, where you are with what you have. And that is why we recorded this today, and we're going to be banging it up on YouTube and all other platforms before the end of today. You guys have asked for it, so we will give the people what they want. To quote your girl B, Bonang. Spacing. Wow, what a week. My name is DJ Fresh. Thank you. Enjoy the ride.
This is WAW! What a week. What a week. You can't make this shit up.
Welcome. This is WAW, what a week. You can't make this ish up. Sorry, my mom is watching. My mom's listening. I will always say ish. Our next guest is a guy who helped white folk be more comfortable in saying a sound that usually required a click, but now only required a K. Then again, he likes making people have a smooth time anyway. He appears on various sketches, but isn't all that sketchy, or is he? And that's set to go up another level because he's got a brand new show. Comedian, actor, producer, radio and TV personality, and commentator, not Diabolo. So many titles, I don't know if I skipped any. Please make some noise for Eugene Khoza. Yeah.
You know, this feels like a full circle moment for me.
Why is it a full circle moment?
You launched my comedy career.
I know.
You still remember?
No, but please tell them. Please tell them. For those that are uninitiated, how did I launch your career?
So Fresh launched my comedy career. It was a Rick Coffee comedy challenge. I didn't have a car. I struggled to get there. Sipo Mabena, blacksmith, drove me there, took a half a day off, drove me to your show. I was late. You waited for me. I went on, and I was a joint winner with somebody. And then from then onwards, we've been kicking it, and you come to almost every show that I have. You know, it's a full circle moment. I'm happy to be here.
You know, the world started hearing of DJ Zintle on the exact same show.
You lie.
Yes, that's how we started hearing of this girl DJ. Yes. Exactly the exact same show.
No way, Tata.
No, me, I make people, my man.
Oh, well, I believe.
Yeah?
I believe.
That's how fertile I am. I make people. My man, you can't make this ish up.
You can't.
What stuff has been on your mind this week?
Stuff that's been on my mind is Panyaza Lessufi, the new premier of Gauteng.
Yes, sir.
AKA Ghost Mayor of Gauteng, AKA Shadow Minister of Education. Now he wants to be Steve Jobs and launch drones and panic buttons in the township. I'm like, my man, do you know what launching a drone would mean in a township? We have our own drones in the township. It's called witchcraft. You know, people are going to press that panic button when they want to go to the outside loo.
Yeah.
Utlo press that panic button, the drone comes.
Or check it out.
Check it out. The other story that you can't make up is the fact that Zandile Mafe, the alleged arsonist of Parliament, was appearing in court today.
Or did he finally agree to get out of his cell?
Yes, he did.
Because he's been refusing.
But he's not agreeing to go to the mental institution that they want him to go to for evaluation.
Why? I'm asking.
So now he's choosing which mental institution he wants to go to get checked if he is really mental.
So how does he know them then? Because clearly they're not experience.
Why would
how does he know the options?
So he's like, Tobeta 1 for le sanyang. Tobeta 2 for moto iketisang.
Press 3 for I bent Parliament. Press 4 for but I'm innocent, guys.
Well, another person that threw a cat amongst the pigeons is former Eskom CEO, Under the Radar.
Sure.
Under the Radar proved one thing: white people have no secrets.
And he snitched on everybody.
Nothing.
Good, he was in the thing.
Yes.
And then
for 3 years.
When he's halfway out of the thing,
he's like, hey,
he's like, oh, by the way,
yeah, we must eat just a little bit. And just a little bit means R1 billion, eh?
No, R1 billion a month.
That's a little bit.
Allegedly.
That's a little bit, Tato.
So when you read headlines like that, because as a comedian, you're constantly thinking content.
Yeah.
How do you know to pull the handbrake? So, for instance, there's a story of the comedy contest in Cape Town, just the other day, where one of the up-and-coming comedians cracked a joke about the passing of AKA. And people are like, no, you're not going to do that.
It's too soon.
Sometimes it's not even too soon. Sometimes it's, do you need to go there?
Yeah, but it can be too soon for 50 years. You know that, right?
Okay.
Jewish people know that very well.
In that case.
It could be too soon for 50 years. South Africans know that very well with that. We're not ready yet for a joke.
Yes.
But we're still statute of limitations. Are so reachy yet.
Yeah, but actually Hansi Satan who made him do it. So yeah, Hansi it's clear. But Satan, like.
So there is a too soon moment. I think if your barometer tells you inside that it's too soon, then it's too soon. But
when do you know to read the room? Because we're now living in a world where everyone is sensitive. Like everyone is sensitive.
Yes.
And not only is everyone sensitive, people now George Bezos on the behalf of other people, where I'll be sensitive on your behalf.
Yes.
It's like, why
proxy sensitivity.
Yes, like, why are you cracking a joke about Eugene?
Yeah, proxy sensitivity.
You don't even know Eugene.
Yes.
Eugene is my boy. We grew up together. We've been doing this all our lives.
Yes.
But now all of a sudden, George Bezos, oh yeah, but George Bezos doesn't do it anymore.
Yes.
Now you're not just defend everyone.
Does he defend anyone?
I don't know. Does he?
No. Yeah? No. I think if you're a lawyer and you defend people, they don't go to jail. They don't get found guilty.
But would it be the same outcome ever as someone else? That is the question. Because winning.
So are you saying that Dali has achieved syndrome?
I never said he's a cow. I never said nothing.
But Tata, you just know it, man. Your timing teaches you when something is right and when something is wrong. It has to feel good, because jokes are jokes. If it's funny to you, it should be funny to everyone. But if you know you're pushing the envelope, and then you know, this is wrong.
The time you're on stage, you cracked a joke or you did a gag, and then you walked off, and you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Do you have that moment?
Yeah, I have that moment when I was starting out. We used to play white Afrikaans rooms all the time.
Yes.
And casino rooms all the time.
Sure.
And you would find yourself pandering to the audience, and
that's
when I knew I can't do this anymore. And that's why we started our own clubs and our own movement, so that we can perform in a language that we feel comfortable in.
So you're in a room, an Afrikaans-filled room. Like,
yes.
What kind of jokes were you cracking at the time?
You know what black people do when you're not looking? It was one of those.
Oh, bad look.
Yeah, then
now they know where we hide the sugar.
Then I walked off stage, I was like, no, man, this can't be my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I knew very early on. Never had to worry about that again.
And now what's happening in your career, the comedy career? Because, I mean, COVID decimated pretty much entertainment for 3 years.
Yeah. Luckily, COVID, or should I say unfortunately, or fortunately for me, it found me in the middle of my break. I just come back from doing the Sydney Comedy Festival in 2019.
Sure.
I went to LA and did the comedy there as
well.
Oh,
so you still had dollars?
Yeah, so I came back and then it hit us.
Sure.
And then it forced me into a break, obviously, because of everything that I've been going through. And then in November, I went and did my first one-man show after so long, called Step Aside. And then I went to New York as well to play clubs over there, and I've been having a good time ever since.
So COVID found you rich?
It found me ready.
Yeah? We're not having Kembu. I'm ready, but not to come out yet.
I was not going to say it, but you want to.
You know, it's wild though, that, when growing up listening to Tevin Campbell, we thought he was a kid with a, nice voice.
Yes.
Kanti is just waiting to
come out.
Yes.
Waiting to exhale.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I wish for us to reach a point where it's okay to say, this is what I am, and it's okay.
Yes.
I don't have to be afraid, Hori. What are people going to say? Will it impact my female listeners or my female audience?
But it goes back to what you said about people having proxy to be upset on other people's behalf. Social media has given people anonymity.
Sure.
And with that anonymity, it's given them the guts to say things that they wouldn't say to your face.
Absolutely.
So can you imagine how many people would say things to you that you don't agree with, that you don't know, that sometimes they themselves don't exist?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we get upset over things that we don't understand. But I think if you're spiritually aligned to your own things, you will not know, you will not mind when things happen and you're like,
a lot of people believe that identity politics is almost becoming a you can't make this ish up moment.
Absolutely.
What would you say about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I was saying to Gareth yesterday that we've gotten to a point where discourse comedy is going to be the next frontier.
Sure.
It's happening in the world right now, about Sam Morril and them. And the breed of comics that are playing arenas right now that are clean are going to be the last breed.
Sure.
There won't be another breed again of people. And people like you have been doing radio uncensored, unfiltered.
Sure.
You were way ahead of your time back then.
Yo.
Way ahead.
Some of the radio we did at YFM, some of the radio we did at 5FM.
And how many years ago was
and
this?
I'm like, if we did that now. Geez.
Exactly. So I say to people, there's no if we did it, you can do it again right
Sure.
now. We need voices that matter. And the younger generation needs to get what we got from you. And they need to hear me saying the things that I want to say.
Sure.
So they can go out there and say more things. So this makes me overjoyed.
That you can speak.
Yeah, that you are
You can
here.
speak your truth.
You are the guy that I listen to, and I go, this is the guy saying the things that I want to say. I listened to you in my bedroom after matric when I didn't have a job, and I was like,
I hope you're not holding a bottle of lotion when you're listening to me in your bedroom.
And I was
I'd
like,
be very offended.
If I would ever were to be on radio, it must be where this guy is.
Absolutely.
So you have a generation that you've inspired, and you have a whole lot of generation that you're going to inspire, and this makes me excited in a new way.
How far do you think identity politics will go, though? Because it's going to get silly at some stage. And I mean, if I identify as a unicorn,
Yes.
like who are you to say I'm not?
Yeah.
If I am 40, or let me say if I'm 65,
Yes.
and I'm being told, no, I must retire now.
Yes.
Surely my lawyer can argue in court to the labor court or to the company saying you must be retired.
Yeah.
But he identifies as a 40-year-old.
Yeah, but I always say it works both ways. If
Yeah.
someone believes that they are something, you have the right to believe that they are not. So those two things. So we fall into
They
this
have to coexist.
Yes, we fall into this category of whoever shouted it first makes it true. But it's not. If I disagree with you, I have
Sure.
the right to stand in that pillar, and like I'm not moving from here.
But surely we must respect one another within that double-sided coin then.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
But we won't. Because whoever said it first makes it real. You know, when Jan van Riebeeck came here, he named this place South Africa. Because he named it first according to him. Everyone else was like, no, it's called something else. So you have to, if you don't say it first, you are chasing, you are defending.
You're trying to rewrite your very own history.
Exactly. So we
Your
have
own
to,
reality.
We have to teach people, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying kids, even
Sure.
adults, to stand behind what they believe in. Because the younger people that are coming up with these identity politic terms, they believe in what they're saying, and
Sure.
they think it is what it is, you know?
And who are we to say they're not?
Exactly.
But also, we should not be shut up if we believe they're not, though. No?
Mic drop.
Because that's what the world is. The world is always a contestation of ideas.
Yes.
And we should all be allowed to, as long as I'm not offending you, I'm not breaking the law, I'm not hurting animals, children, and other people.
Yes.
My opinion should matter too.
Yes. Remember that adults of a certain generation have abdicated their responsibility to have an opinion.
Sure.
So you don't want to say something because you're a professional, whatever, who is employed by whomever.
Sure.
You bought a house, you bought a car, you have medical aid, you have life cover, you have a pension plan. The younger people do not fall under that category. They have no fear.
No, they have no jobs.
They have no job.
So, like, what are you?
They have no fear. And what our generation is doing is looking at them and admiring the guts that they have so
Sure.
early. So I think to some level, it's a bit of jealousy that we have of this generation that doesn't care that much
Sure.
about what other people think about them. And we are there going, but you should care, you should care. They're going, no. You wanted a double-story house in Bryanston.
Yeah.
I could live in Maboneng in a one-bedroom and still be happy.
And I'm fine with it.
And so that allows me to have opinions. But you've abdicated your right to say anything to your employer, to your pension plan, to your investments, to your colleagues. So I feel like we could learn a thing or two from them. Say what you want to say, man.
Wrapping up, any last words before we let you go? Where do people find you? Are you performing anywhere? Are you on
Yes.
social media?
Yes.
What's happening on the 1st of April?
First
are you
of
going to jump
April.
out of a suit and say, I'm actually a white guy? What's happening on the 1st of April?
1st of April is the Johannesburg International Comedy Festival brought to you by the JCIF. It's Kate Goliath who's running the show for
Yes.
the first time, the whole entire festival. It's going to have Jason Goliath in there, Rob Van Vieren in there, Dalen Oliver in there, Zintle Lintlem Simang is going to be there, and I'm going to be there as well.
I was about to say, I'm not hearing your name. What's going on?
And I'm here. I'm there as well. And
Okay.
we've just launched a podcast, Uncancelled,
Yes.
with Gareth Cliff last night. And our first guest was
So he's
Nati.
decided to uncancel himself.
Yes.
What white privilege. I'm white. I can uncancel myself.
And I look at my life and I go, last night was this, today is this. So
Yes.
I'm happy that radio and the people that I enjoy working with and seeing are doing
Yeah.
things in a universe where 10 years ago it would have been unheard of.
In fact, you are crazy to think of even going in that direction.
Absolutely. So life has been good. I'm blessed. I'm happy to see you. You've made my
Absolutely.
day today.
Love you, Gareth. My dude, love your work.
My guy.
Love what you stand for. I mean, dude, I've been a fan since you appeared on my radio show almost 20 years ago.
Yes. Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Yo.
Thank you to Tato.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eugene Khoza.
This is What a week. What a week. Tech.
Welcome back to Wow, What a Week. We are talking tech, all things tech, Internet of Things, and future-proofing your life. Today's guest, geez, where do I even start? He's one of those people who isn't just a person, but a presence. Some people say he's a movement. And with the following that he has, that's something you can believe. Tush, tush. Ladies and gentlemen, businessman, my friend for the past 31 and a half years, a restaurateur, is that the big word you use when someone owns a place where you eat? He owns a Japanese chisanyama, this man. Don't be fooled. It's a chisanyama, but just with a Japanese touch. He's the nicest guy you'll ever encounter. He's one of the few people I've known for as long as I've known him that hasn't changed. He's grown, he's matured, but he hasn't changed. Please make some noise for one of the founding fathers of the Kwaito movement, one of the founding fathers of the house music movement in South Africa, on the continent. We're hanging out with my big brother, Oskido.
Yeah.
How you doing, Skido?
No, all good, man, all good. But it's impilo.
Yes, sir. My man, we have everything to be grateful for.
Definitely, man.
You know, when I wake up and I'm breathing,
yes,
and I'm like, there's air in my lungs.
Yes.
I'm like, it's a good day already.
It's a good day.
Already you're winning.
It's funny, this morning, because normally these days I wake up around about 5 a.m.
Yes.
Because I sleep early. But yesterday, I had to work with Lady Du and Busiswa, and I slept at 1 a.m. And I had to make sure that I'm up at 5.
And I'm sure when you woke up, the first thing you woke up, because you're working with Lady Du, you woke up and you're like, wow.
I was moody. I was feeling down, but I was moody. My sister, I was just feeling down.
Yes.
But, when I was brushing my teeth, I just went to the mirror and say, I'm alive. Thank God
Yes.
I'm alive. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, your restaurant, before we talk tech and
Yeah.
quali, the name Daruma is a Japanese symbol that means never give up.
Yes.
Is that a coincidence?
Well, for me, I think, at times God, the universe sort of directs you in different elements, and you
Yes.
find yourself in a certain space. And for me to be part of this Daruma by Oskido movement, it was through me loving, really saying that I want to start my own business.
Absolutely.
In terms of the restaurant space. Remember that I started in the streets with the wars and all that.
Yeah, you were selling hot dogs in Hillbrow.
Yeah. So it's always been in me to say, let me start a Japanese shisanyama.
Sure. Like I've been feeding you Burevos rolls, and now I'm going to feed you house music, and then I'm going to feed you Kwaito, and then you've just been feeding. It's just the feeding friends in J. Where Oskido is, you will eat. Dear politicians, this is not for you. Anyway, we're here to talk Kwale.
Yes.
To the uninitiated, what on earth is Kwale?
Well, Kwale, it's a digital platform. It's a music distribution platform where it allows artists to, put in their music, and the music is distributed to about 125 digital stores.
Jeez.
And the artist gets 100% royalties. They own 100% of their masters. And basically that's it. We're taking the music and then helping to distribute the music to all digital stores worldwide.
Of course, you're a businessman, so there'll be a business element to that.
Yes.
But why was it important for you to enable kids to be able to be their own record labels, to self-release, to take your destiny into your own hands, if you will?
Yeah, well, I think it's the experience which I went through, when we started, say, Kalawa. For us, we had no choice. We're selling our music from the boot of our cars and all that stuff. But when our music became bigger, what was lacking for us to do the big move for our records to be all over was we're lacking distribution.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
So therefore, we're to go and partner with the major record labels because they had the distribution network. You know, we didn't. And for us, that's what we were doing. So we're to go in and start working with the majors only on the distribution part. But now, because the physical sales, you know, you're no longer printing CDs, but now there's a digital space.
Sure.
So now there's a technology of which, you know, when I came across it, I said, wow, you know what, I don't want what I went through, you know, of me having to give some of my ownership to the major record labels because of distribution. Then from there, when the idea came in was to say, you know what, let me invest in this platform, and then we invested in it so that we can help the next generation. Or even if you can look at even now in the rural areas, remember guys who were even doing music, Maskandi, they used to go in and start selling in the taxi ranks and all that. But right now, they need their music out there digital. So it's for us to come in and assist in the music business.
So how does it work? I've recorded an EP, I've got 4 songs I want to release. What do I do?
Well, what you need to do is that you just sign up to the platform, and when you've done...
So what's the platform? Where do I find it?
It's www.khwale.com, Khwale spelled Khwale.com. You just sign up, and when you sign up, then you've got an option. If you're an artist, you pay about 300 rands, which is equivalent to $17, and you upload your music, you release you pay that for only for a year. It's a subscription for a year, and it's unlimited release. So if you want to release a single EP and what, you can release for the whole year.
Okay, so the Amapiano kids will love it because they release every 3 weeks.
You know, like, and if you're a label, you pay about say 800 rands, which is about close to $44, and you can also release about 5 artists unlimited.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But why must I do that, and how is it easy for me? Because ease of use is often another barrier for a lot of kids.
Yes. The good thing is that as artists, we must learn to start doing things ourselves. This is a DIY platform, do it yourself. You finish your track at the studio, make sure that you get someone, they design a cover for you, you bounce your track as a WAV file, and then from there, once you've registered, then you just upload. Then you decide when you want the release. Normally, we take a minimum of, say, 5 days for your release to be out.
Oh, wow. So it's up in 5 days?
Yes, it's up in about 5 days, yeah.
How do I get paid? How often do I get paid?
Yeah, then what happens is that once your stuff is released and people start streaming, then you're going to see on the dashboard, it's going to start showing you where your music is streamed, how much money you're accumulating, and then from there you can put your bank account. Say, for example, if I did a track with you, then which means we have to put 2 bank accounts. Then we agree on percentage, 50%, 50%. You put your percentage, I put my percentage.
Okay, so the back end will do the accounting, basically.
Yes, it does the accounting. So then gone are the days where people are fighting for royalties, this and that, I've been cheated. So that must stop.
I don't have a bank account. Are there other ways you can pay me?
Well, right now we are really trying to find out other technologies which can assist. But it's very important for people to have bank accounts, you know, and I think we have to make sure that happens. But we're trying to find out, doing other technologies which can assist on that.
In fact, in the news lately, you're hearing of a lot of artists who are selling their catalogs. Justin Bieber just sold his catalog for, what, is it $200 million?
Yes.
Why is it important to own your catalog? Because I always say Justin Bieber is a perfect example of that.
Yes.
That your catalog is currency.
Yes, it's currency. I mean, it's currency. You know, a song, it's funny. With Kalawa Jasmine, we get requests, a song which we did say 10 or 15 years ago.
Yes.
You find that they requested for an ad.
Oh,
and
wow.
you find that maybe that song didn't even do well that time in sales. And you find that
it's relevant now.
It's relevant now.
Yes.
And they say that, boom, okay, here is 500,000. What do? You go in, but if it's not registered, that's why it's very important for artists to start registering their songs properly. And you know, it's so sad.
So registering properly means what exactly?
Yeah, it's for them to, when we get to the studio, when I'm working with you, so make sure that there is what is called a split sheet.
Okay.
So that we agree and say, okay, Fresh, you did the beats, maybe I did the vocals, you know, I'm the author.
Sure.
If there is 2 of you who did the beats, then we start signing those percentages down.
Okay.
Then there is a split sheet. And then from there, when you've done that, you must go and make sure that you go and register that song with a publisher. Do you understand? So So the composition, so that we know what percentage. And so if say any brand picks up that song, so they're going to ask for a publishing details, and those publishing details must have a split sheet to say you've got 25%, I've got whatever percentage. Then when the money comes in, it's easily done. But what we normally notice is that people get to the studio, they don't want to register these things.
It's 4 a.m, they're drunk.
Yeah, no, it's like that, and boom, there is the song. It's out on an advert, or it's used somewhere. The infightings, no, it's my song. Oh, you are not whatever. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, we need to make sure that is done. And we've seen a lot of that, and it's going around, especially now with my piano artists. I've worked with tons of them. But all of them, when I ask who's publishing, no, what are you talking about? No, we need to do this. Let's come in, do the paperwork. Some of them, I'm even phoning them, keep phoning them. They don't even pitch up. But I say that, you know, ownership, that's your pension money. You need to have it so that after 10 years, you never know what's going to happen.
In fact, one of your most widely streamed songs of the last year is a song you did probably 13 years ago or 10 years ago.
Yes.
So the importance of catalog can't be understated ever.
Yes, definitely. If you can see that right now, most of the stuff which is streamed is the stuff, is the old stuff.
Yes.
You know, stuff which was done 4, 5, 10 years ago. That's the most streamed stuff at the moment. About 70% of the streams. That's why you can see, you're mentioning Justin Bieber catalog being bought right now. So the guys who are investors, they're going to look for that old catalog.
Absolutely.
So it's very important that you make sure that you take care of your catalog. Even if the song, don't go in and ever sell your song. Because a lot of people come in and say, okay, I've done a track, okay, 1,000 rand and all that. But one day you're going to see that sound becomes R1 million. You're going to say, oh, Ingo Mayama was cheated. But you've sold your song.
But you agreed at the time.
Yes.
Where do we find Kwale?
Kwale.com. Make sure that you check out Kwale.com. And yes, log in the internet, sign up. And and it's easy. We've got tutorial videos also which assist you. We've also got a support team which assists you in case you've got problems. And let's make sure that we own our stuff 100%. You know what? I don't want to hear anything of saying that I was cheated. I don't have don't have royalties. Someone took my money. Right now, there is technology which can help you. Check out Kwale.com.
And before we let you go, Oskido, what's next for Kalawa Jazmi as a label? Your catalog, the legacy, I mean, Kalawa is it's a household name in this country. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we feel Kalawa, it's Kalawa Jazmi is beyond our like, you know what, we don't want to operate it as a record label. It's now a movement. So we're looking at doing different things. Right now we're busy doing the story of Kalawa Jazmi, the documentary, and then we're starting also to tell the story of Kalawa in the theaters and all that stuff.
So there'll be a theater production of the Kalawa story?
Yes, of the Kalawa story.
So who's going to play you? Because I'd like to play you, because I don't think there's anyone who can say, it's a yells are better than me.
Imagine someone playing Manda speaking Richairos Mawuta. Hey, that would be interesting.
I can even do a gyros.
Playing Tandiswa, playing a Zinhle, playing a Lebumatosa, playing all that stuff, playing a Black Coffee, Tira, it would be nice.
My next wish.
Yes.
And I guess, whether it's a Netflix or a Showmax, we need Kalawa Jazmi, the musical.
Yeah.
It's a series.
Wow.
It's a musical. Celebrate. The catalog is incredible, guys.
Yeah.
Turn it into a musical. You'll thank me later. I don't even want a commission. You can keep your money. We just need to tell the story as a musical. It needs to live on. That's my challenge to you guys with money to make movies and series.
Yes, definitely. I mean, that's a nice business idea. Please bring those proposals. We're ready for you.
Oskido, nothing but love and respect for you.
What a week. You know what? It's called Wow, What a Week.
Absolutely.
And you know what I've been listening to?
Yes, sir.
soul to soul, I can hear Karen Willer's voice saying, back to life, back to reality. Especially what happened last week with us losing the super mega.
Yes, sir.
But this week, we're back to life, we're back to reality. What a week it's been.
Wow, what a grot, man. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Oskido.
This is What a week. What a week. Celebrity guest. Celebrity guest.
Welcome back to What a Week, coming to you from Amped Studios. Now, when you hear the name DJ Sbu, what comes to mind? Radio legend, TV legend, record company exec, former actor, although it was a cameo, hustler in his own corner, maybe tree hugger, tubaloi lidi fariki. He's also the guy that was suspended from YFM in 2008 over playlist issues. He had issues at the SABC because he was promoting this. Here we promote Baba. Life is a whole big promotion. Maybe you know him as the guy who was accused of pushing more fire at Flabber's memorial service. Or the guy that was sponsored by Audi and then he decided that no, man, they say this car can do 260. Let me find out. And then lost the car. Or you know him as the guy that was trolled because, brother, what's happening with Sbu's beard? What's happening with Sbu's hair, for instance? You see, for me, because I've known him since he was 16, 17, right? For me, Sbu is that kid that believed he could. The kid that became the adult he knew he would one day become, when knowing exactly who you're going to one day become was hardly even a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Sbu. My dude. But hold on. So, do you think Madlozi recognize energy drinks? Or do you have to ferment them first?
Somebody said, these brands,
yes.
It's like, it only makes sense to pass Muka more fire.
At least it's yours.
The one time I visited my father's grave, may his soul rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell him more fire.
I'm sure he woke up. It's like, my man, what is this?
How you doing, man?
My man, I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you, and congratulations.
Thank you. In fact, I think people like yourself and Mac G are the inspiration for what I am doing right now. This is a journey guys such as yourselves have been encouraging me to embark on for a year or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've been busy. And you know, I'm a firm believer in no matter how much you want to do it, until you're ready, you're not ready.
Yeah.
And when you're ready, you will know.
Yeah, you will know.
You know what I mean?
And I think it's come full circle because I'm sitting here and I'm the man that I am because you've had a major contribution in my life.
Yes, sir.
And when you're saying that are actually all these things that you're mentioning, it's things that happen in front of your eyes.
Absolutely.
I was a kid that you interviewed. I sat on a chair and I told you that I was going to sit in that chair. That's when you were doing the YFM drive.
No, he was cocky. He was 16, 17, and he was cocky. So yeah, he's that guy.
and you gave me a chance. You gave me a feature to be a judge on your show. Mm-hmm. Yourself, Kabzela, and Paul opened the doors for me in this industry. Just for the record, for the new generation to know. So,
or to use language you understand, we made him.
Yeah, you made me. You made me. Yeah, you made me. And you can claim that 110%. And I just wanted to thank you.
No, 100%.
If I never thank you enough, you must know that on this show, on the first episode, I thank you. Thank you for changing my life.
I prefer money, but thank you.
No,
so, welcome to What a Week. What a Week, we focus mainly on this week.
Sure.
Because, you know, often we focus on people's journeys, but we almost forget to live in their moment.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about you, your life this week. Because I know, I mean, you do a lot of podcasting, you do a lot of e-commerce. How's this week been? How's the business of podcasting been? I mean, I'd like to thank you, for instance. The Hustler's Corner is how I stumbled upon Penuel, for instance.
Yeah.
I'm one of Penuel's disciples, believe it or not.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
Penuel, yes, sir. Love your work. Yeah, let's talk about that space currently.
I think the space is growing.
Yes.
About a year ago, yourself, myself, Thibaut Touch, and Robert Marawa, shout outs to the guys, embarked on a journey that was going to, change this, the landscape of podcasting.
Yes.
But sadly, it didn't happen. But clearly, it was...
They slept on us.
I think it was God's plan, right?
No, they slept on us.
But I'm sure it was God's plan for us to have our own individual platforms in our own way.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I'm glad that this platform is also starting now a year later. This week has been incredible. I started also with Penuel about a year ago.
Yes.
Just after Fired FM didn't happen, I started with Penuel. It's so beautiful to see Penuel thriving and building his own brand.
Yes.
And his star is just rising because he's such an incredible mind.
Sure.
This week we recorded a couple of episodes around what has just happened, sadly, with the passing of our brothers, AKA and Tibbs. We spoke about a lot of the things that have happened over the past couple of weeks.
Sure.
What else did I do? I was in the office speaking to my partners around our brand, our company. Been spending some time with my daughter as a father.
Take sip.
Mollo.
Hey, but it works.
Those cheesy ads.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ya bereka. Infamatla.
Yeah, balula.
It reminded me of YFM. It's like, we miss you on radio, by the way.
My man, we miss you on radio.
We miss you on radio.
Yes, yes.
I miss radio. Do you miss radio?
You know what? Who's interviewing who?
Oh, okay. Okay, go right ahead.
Bad habit, right?
I was still finishing
No,
my
but
answer.
I'll tell you why I don't miss radio. I mean, I miss the impact of radio. I miss how we change lives via radio. But as my journey has unfolded, I've realized that radio was simply a vehicle on my journey to impact people's lives. So I was like, if there's no radio, God will provide another platform or another, another platform within which we can impact people's lives. So I'll tell you why I don't miss radio. I realize how much time radio took up. Because when you're on radio, you're on 24/7. You're thinking the next show. You're thinking flip, that last week's show could have been better. You're thinking content all the time.
I'm one of those lives that you changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And any other young person that feels I might have impacted their lives through the Sbu Khoza Education Foundation, I modeled it around the DJ Fresh Foundation.
Absolutely. I mean, we put over 1,500 kids through varsity. You know what I mean? And hence I'm saying that the radio was the platform. If there was no radio, I would have found another way of reaching these kids. And that's what we need to do, that whatever your purpose is, don't be a victim about, I don't know how to do it. When the time comes, you will see the way to do it.
They say when you copy, copy well.
Yes.
And I just wanted people to know that SLEF was modeled around the DJ Fresh Foundation.
Absolutely.
I literally copied what yourself and Kabzela was doing
Yes.
with the Positive Youth of Gauteng. May his soul rest in peace. Young people, there used to be a DJ from Johannesburg called Kabzela.
Remember the name.
Go research, or you must go research and remember that name, Kabzela. Kabzela had Positive Youth of Gauteng. You had the DJ Fresh Foundation.
Yes.
I copied what you guys were doing, and I started the Sbu Khoza Education Foundation.
Sure.
Any other child might have been impacted through my work. It's because of him. He impacted my life, and thank you for that, Kortman.
No, man, it's a pleasure. Another thing that I've been paying attention in terms of you and your life, you were off social media for a while. The last week or two, you're back active.
Yeah.
Where were you? What's been going on?
I've been traveling. I've been overseas gigging. Gigging with no album. Jeez, after all these years. I mean, I've just even been inspired to go back into the studio.
Sure.
Seeing my peers going into studio doing well. Zexpan doing a congratulations with his Grammy.
Absolutely.
And the guys are still at it. You still at it. Vinny still at it. Oskido still at it.
Voices of Hope 2 is dropping in about 4 or 5 weeks. So brand new album. It's finished. I'm excited about it.
Oh, you done as well?
Done.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. DJing and also just creating new relations to take my Mofa drinks to overseas.
In fact, we'll talk about that as we wrap up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the trolls, because you have 1 million fans, but you also have thousands of trolls. At an emotional level, does it affect you, and how do you deal with it?
I think if you are going to be in this industry and be affected by trolls, you're probably not made out to make it in this industry, because you're going to be emotionally depressed.
Sure.
You're going to be hurt half the time. You're going to be thinking about all the negative things they say.
Sure.
For me, I look at it like scared.
Yeah.
You know, the people who don't like you, they've just multiplied because you've got millions of people that follow you.
Yes.
So it's just noise that is out there. I just focus on the positive, and I just focus on the work that I do.
In fact, that was my next question, is how do you guard your mental health? I'll tell you why. Over the last 2 years, I've found out about 6, 7 very high-profile personalities in our industry that are on either antidepressants, anxiety meds, on antidepressants, like I said. And all of the time I thought these guys have things under control, but they're having to medicate. Because it's crazy out there. How do you guard your mental health?
I left Mzansi to the US in October after I had not traveled since COVID lockdown, since 2019.
Yeah.
When I landed in New York, I actually just realized, I've been on the brink of depression, probably.
Oh, wow. Yes, sir.
I realized it when I was overseas. I'm like, wow, I was not aware. Because sometimes when it happens, you're not aware, right?
Yes, yes.
So as much as I've got, my mind is trained, I've been in this industry for so long and I've got things together. But I think what one has had to go through during COVID lockdowns, losing loved ones, being locked up, not locked up, locked into the house, locked down in the house, not going anywhere. And just with my own personal life and my own family, I realized it's possible that probably I was probably on the brink of depression.
Sure.
Right? And then it brings me to the topic of mental health. I guard my mental health by focusing on the positives, by looking at the things that inspire me, my daughter.
Sure.
And as a person who's been growing lately, I'm somebody who's been going through my own spiritual journey. And I think that has made me understand a lot of things differently than I did way before. And I think that really helped a lot in understanding how the world operates and understanding whose I am and who am I in this bigger scheme of things in this world.
Sure.
And I think this spiritual journey that I'm going through, because you can never really go through it and understand yourself and you got it all together, you're the man. I think it's...
often you go through the fire to realize at the end that, no, man, I wasn't on a fire. I wasn't on fire. I'm a phoenix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes we think the fire is I am burning.
Yeah.
As opposed to, no, I have to burn in order to come back renewed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, steam.
You know what I mean?
Steering.
Exactly.
And I want to say to anybody that might be going through those types of mental challenges, we go through them too.
Sure.
That's why I'm saying when I arrived in a country that has got so much energy like New York, where things are happening, there's people from all over the world is moving, people are trading, people are making dollars.
People are minding their own business.
And then that fire in me just started getting ignited again.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, I was not aware actually that it was getting normalized.
Sure.
That I was just now this person who was starting to be, and then my fire is back.
More fire to you, sir. In fact, one of the big news we heard this week is more fire FDA approved.
Yes, sir.
Is it a rumor? Is it true?
It's true. It's been a long journey. It's been a lot of work. I'm working with a sister called Farai Gundan.
Okay.
Through her company.
Sure.
She has been a Morfire ally for many, many years. She's been rooting for Morfire for many years.
Sure.
Shout out to Farai Gundan, originally from Zimbabwe, who's based in Detroit, Michigan.
Sure.
She's got a company overseas, and she's been fighting for many years to try and get Morfire into
That is dope,
the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
So finally, we've been planning, and over the past 3 months, me being in the US, that's what we've been working on.
Yep.
And while I've been gigging, we've been creating new relationships to find out if we can get our drinks into all these different clubs.
Yes.
We can get it into the Amapiano scene, Afrobeat scene, house scene in the US. And I've also been speaking to a lot of Africans who own stores in New York City.
Absolutely.
I mean, I remember I walked into this Nigerian food store right in New York, and I'm asking this guy, I see you selling a lot of this food and your store is open 24 hours and it's always packed. It's like I sell to Uber drivers and taxi drivers. That's why I open 24 hours and that's why I'm selling plates the whole night. I'm like, if I can bring you an African energy drink, would you be able to, as I was about to continue pitching, it's like, did you just say African, my brother? It says, say no more. Bring it right now.
Oh, I thought he said, can you have in jollof rice flavor?
And then I was like, wow. He says, yeah. He says, bring it. He says, bring it on right now, because that's how conscious they are.
Absolutely.
And I love how Nigerian brothers and sisters move. They're in there to colonize the world. You go to China, they're there. You go to South Africa, they're there.
And unapologetic.
Unapologetic. And I love that.
Yes.
And, you know, for me to be embraced, and not only one store, I mean, I went to maybe 4 or 5 other stores, Nigerian owned. All of them are like, say no more, brother. Bring that energy drink right here, right now. So I just wanted to say, if you're an entrepreneur in this country, you've got global dreams of building a global company. Right now, more than ever, it's more possible than ever before.
My little brother well, he's not little anymore, has relocated to the US because he set up a operation that is looking for US market for African products. Because there's a market.
There's a big market.
There's a market.
Even African American brothers and sisters that
Yes.
side, they're looking for anything African.
Yes.
Even South Africans who are living there,
Yes.
they're like,
Give me home.
Bring
Give
us
me
any.
home.
They're even saying, bring us anything South African.
Yes.
Whether it
Curry powder,
snayfish,
anything.
savannah, anything yakokasi, you know what I mean? And I'm like, there's a really big market.
Before we close the More Fire segment, but, you know, before obviously the whole now we are FDA approved, there was a whole storm about, but you're not SABS approved, More Fire is dangerous, we're being fed poison. Take us through the business journey of that period and the emotional journey of that period.
The most difficult thing I've ever had to do,
Yeah.
More Fire.
Sure.
You know, it looks a little bit easier now, but it was tough in the beginning.
Sure.
Consciously, I don't think we were ready. The market wasn't ready.
Sure.
People were criticizing us left, right, and center. Our government, financial institutions knocking on doors, trying to get some help and funding. We couldn't. And obviously, some of the things happened. And SABS, for those who don't know, in South Africa, is the South African Bureau of Standards.
Sure.
So it's an equivalent of, in America, the FDA, but in South Africa, made headlines that More Fire was not SABS approved. And it caused damage in the market.
Yeah.
This is 9 years ago when we were starting.
And as it would.
Yeah, people were like...
And unfortunately, our media will run with that as a headline versus before that, inspired black man works hard to build an empire. That headline, unfortunately, is not sexy.
Yeah.
But More Fire might be bad for you. That is sexy.
It caused damage. And that damage went on for a couple of years.
Sure.
All the way to maybe 3, 4, 5 years later, people were still asking, is this thing safe to consume?
So why did you keep going?
I just didn't want to give up.
Sure.
I believed in the dream. I believed that it was possible. I believed that it was time. I believed that we could eventually crack the market.
Yeah.
And I believed our product was superior. We believed our product packaging was amazing. We believed that we were offering something amazing in the market that could compete with all of these different other energy drinks.
Sure.
And we just kept on going. We
Yeah.
kept on going and we kept on going. And today is God has said, what again God did.
Yes. In fact, because I often say to people because I don't know, people almost like gossiping about what they think people are going through. So sometimes I'll get an SMS, is Sbu okay? I'm like, Sbu's always been okay. Like, what do you want to hear from me?
Yeah.
You know, if you're coming with negativity, don't come to me with negativity. Because I see what Sbu's doing. I've known Sbu since he was 16. There's nothing has changed.
Yeah.
If anything, like you're saying, you're going on a spiritual journey. And for those that don't know, they'll never understand until the full transformation has happened or until they see you bearing the fruits of that transformation. And you know, that's why I always encourage young people in our industry that focus on your goal. There'll be noise all the time. There'll be noise all the time. If you want to stop and find out, why is this dog barking? Sorry then, you know, you go SPCA, since you love dogs.
Yeah.
But if you're on a journey, focus on your journey.
You have to focus on the journey, and the best gift you can ever gift yourself is finding out who you are.
Yes.
Finding out whose you are. Finding out your family tree, where
Yes.
you come from. Finding out who was your father's father, who was your father's father's mother, who was your great 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 grandmother. Go as far as you can in finding out your family tree.
Sure.
That is extremely important for any human being, especially if you're an African. Once you find out your roots, that changes everything. It changes even where you're going.
Absolutely.
And also, obviously, from the broader perspective, finding out about whose we all are, African history.
Sure.
And coming from the southern parts of the continent, it's also imperative to listen to voices like the great Koko Credo Motor. Find out about what they've been saying. Find out all of the books they've written, things that they've been saying about ancient Kemet, about what has happened here back in the day, all the knowledge that they've known. Read all of those books. And just understanding that African spiritual journey of yours that you have to go through. It won't be easy.
Yeah.
And they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. everybody will go through it at their own time. Other people go through it like me now in my 40s, right? Other people go through it at a very early age, and they become, as people would say, woke.
But it's never too late.
But it's never too late, and it's the best gift you can ever give to yourself.
Because we're radio guys that are unemployed, we talk a lot. So we're going to need to wrap up. We're going to play a game we call the WAW game. I'll give an example. Wow, what a head. And then you give me an example.
Okay.
Like, my man, you've got a head. Yo. Does that make sense?
I get it, yeah.
Okay. So it was Ash Wednesday this past week. Wow, what a Bible verse. What's your go-to Bible verse?
In the beginning, there was the word.
Yes.
Basically, you create with your mouth.
Sure.
A lot of people spew out negativity when they open their mouths. And then they just wonder why things just never happen to work out. But a person is always, no, I'm not good enough for this. Na vele this. You literally are creating that for yourself. So it's very imperative for you to speak life unto yourself. And when you open your mouth or you catch yourself saying anything negative, try and cancel it. And just always be somebody who's always focused on spewing out positivity.
So whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
You're correct.
Wow, what a book. What book has caught your attention this week?
This week I'm on The Power of, no, let me not say The Power of One, because I've been reading The Power of One, and I'm rereading Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
Think and Grow Rich is anybody that would like to be successful out there, anybody that would like to start anything and grow anything, anybody that wants to understand the fundamental principles of how this world operates and the principles of success. How do you make yourself a success as a human being?
All right.
That's a very good book to go to.
Say no more. Wow, what a hero. Which non-celebrity touched you this week? And you're like, oh, wow.
Non-celebrity that touched me this week is this kid who is always with his mother selling in the street corner around where I stay. The mom is always there by herself all the time, but I gave myself some time to sort of stop this week and just have a chat with this kid. The kid is incredibly intelligent.
Sure.
They're coming from a
Are you able to say with street corner so we can all support?
I don't want to give people an address of where I stay.
Okay, no. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a touching story. Poverty, the family is obviously poor.
Sure.
They stand in that corner to beg. I started having chats with this kid and this mother on how, you know, this mother, it's not good for this kid to be in the sun the whole time. And then the kid started telling me the story. And just what I heard and what, you know, the dreams that this kid has for the moms, and what he's doing.
How old is the kid?
The kid is around 12, 13.
Sure.
12, 13 or so. Yeah, the kid does go to school.
Sure.
But it's just that on the days that I've seen the kid there, it's maybe the Kolo Dikwets, and I was not aware. I thought the mother was just using the kid to be in that street corner. But the kid has got big dreams and the kid is intelligent. The kid speaks well, and I think I might do something to help the kid out.
I was going to say, I'd like to challenge both myself and you to actually maybe do what we can for this kid.
Yeah.
So you'll guide me. Let me know what we're doing for this kid.
I'll reach out. Let's do something.
Wow, what a waste of money. What have you wasted money on?
I've wasted money on a lot of cars, unnecessary cars.
Both me and you.
Sports cars. Every drive you let it go low, boss. People look at me now, they're like, I don't know what I was like. At the back of my arms, like, only if you knew. I've driven them all, sharp.
And in the bigger scheme of things, like, why did I do it?
Why did I do it?
Exactly.
You know?
And finally, wow, what a song or album. What are you listening to this week?
I'm listening to, obviously, if you are South African and you're not listening to the brand new AKA, shame on you. I'm listening to a track called Company featuring KDDO.
Yes.
Key Dominant. He did Fella in Versace with him. Dope single.
Yes.
Obviously, a lot of you guys have heard Prada with Kulichana. There's a dope single with MT.
Sure.
Excuse me. There's a really dope, the intro of the album is amazing. It's called Last Time.
Sure.
There is a dope track with Blackie. Blackie's got 2 features on the album. There's a dope track with MT, fire track.
You can tell he's been listening to the album. It dropped at midnight. Yeah, and already he's just dropping.
And I was at the listening session too.
Yes.
And big up to Mega. for showing that you can go out in grace as a musician.
Sure.
We are always have been accustomed to artists dying broke. Artists, when they pass on, they're asking for donations.
Sure.
AKA's memorial was amazing at the Sandton Convention Center. May his soul rest in peace with Tibbs.
Sure.
His funeral was amazing. And he left an amazing piece of art.
Yes.
And he left a beautiful legacy for his family or his children. But what I love is that he understood the value of a will to pass on they call it generational wealth.
Absolutely.
The music will forever benefit Cairo and Cairo's children forever because AKA had a will and he had all of his things together.
Yes.
So I just want to challenge not only musicians and artists and entertainers out there, all of us, to say while you're still alive.
Especially black families, because for a lot of black folk, we believe that a will is you almost saying, I want to die, I want to die. You know?
Exactly.
And in fact, research has shown that a lot of black people don't have wills specifically for that reason.
Yeah.
They feel like it's bad luck. Get bad.
Yeah. And also, I just want to big him up for raising the bar. The quality of music.
The bar is incredible.
The quality of music that AK has always made.
Yes.
But if you go listen to this album right now, he's even taken the bar even further.
Yes, sir.
And I guess that's what creatives and musicians or artists need to do. Every time you need to be challenging yourself to always become better.
Sure. Wow, what a dude. And that's you, my guy.
And that's me. I think...
I want to thank you for the inspiration. For me, one of the reasons I put people on, I'll never put you on if you don't inspire me. If your drive doesn't inspire me, I'm not going to put you on. If I see that you are wasting your time and my time, I'm not going to put you on. I've never bet on a losing horse. That's why people will say, you've mentored this, that person, that person. I did it because I saw they were on the journey and they were going to make it. I was just like, if I can be a catalyst, I will be a catalyst. So it's not because you were lucky that I saw you. I saw you because you stood up and you said, I'm ready. And for that, I'm proud of you. I want to shout you out. You inspire a lot of people out there, and stay the course, brother, man.
Thank you for putting us on. I saw you put on Proverb. Shout out to Proverb and Idols and all the work he's doing.
Yeah.
I saw you put on Mpole Solonyane.
Yeah.
I saw you put it. I can name so many names of people that I've seen you put on. And for that,
sir.
may the good Lord continue to bless you. And we thank Tato. Your father has changed a lot of our lives. We want you to know that. And you have to pass on that spirit of being barking Ubuntu.
Yes.
The spirit of Guantu, Ubuntu.
Oh, yeah, my son is in the building.
He's tall. He's size 12. At least I'm size 13. At least he go fit something. And then I'm greeting him. He's taller than me. I'm like, wow, Tato is this big now.
Dude, he was taller than me when he was 16. So when I was 16, whenever I needed to tune him, I'd stand back so that he's not looking at me like this. So I'd stand back and then I'd like, go talk to your mouth.
And I see he's around here, he's learning, eh?
Yeah. It's important that they see the work you do, they appreciate the work you do, they network with your network.
Yeah.
That is so important.
Tato, your father has changed a lot of our lives, and we appreciate him for that. And we want to tell you in your eyes so you know that we highly appreciate him. He means a lot to a lot of us. And thank you for sharing him with all of us. We love you.
What, join him in the shot?
Oh, yeah, let him come. Let him touch there.
My man, there's a bulb there. This feeling is for you.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, you've got an amazing dad, man.
Love you, my dude. It's Buddha.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to ask you to leave.
Thank you, bro.
We're out of time.
Congratulations once again for this. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, brother.
Danke.
This is... Wow! What a